We now have answers on what is going on with the AT&T outage. We have more facts. We're going to share them with you here. Also, we have an unidentified balloon traversing the U.S. skies yet again. Details are going to follow here. Issues ordering chicks this year. If you're trying to get some hens to lay some eggs, you might have some problems getting what you want this year. We're going to talk about it. Norway, we got a report from Norway that the government is stripping away all pretense of freedom up there. That is concerning. That and many more updates from you guys coming from all over. Let's jump into it. Welcome to the Poplar Report. I'm Steve Poplar. I'm an accountant by trade, and these are your updates coming in from all over the world about what you're seeing. If you have something to share, please do just make a comment on any one of the videos on this channel. Use the word update somewhere in there. That gets it to the right place. Before we dive in, we need to thank our sponsor, Genesis Gold Group. They make this possible, and they do a fantastic job. So many of you have worked with them already, moving part of your IRA, part of your 401k, or all of it over. And you guys have found the process to be easy and that they answer all your questions without pressure. If you want to find out more about what that would look like for you, there'll be a link at the end of the video. All right, so AT&T is reporting that it was a software issue, and that makes sense. That really makes sense. We had outages from Alaska all the way down to Texas, all the way up to New York City, all across the not only continental but the geographic United States, which is, wow, okay. It wasn't just some towers. It wasn't a section of towers out. It wasn't a region of towers. It was across their whole network, which really did kind of point to a software issue, as I said in my previous video. Now, the FBI has opened an investigation to see if this was maliciously done. So it was some sort of software issue, an improper process, as they put it, but was it maliciously done? Was it inserted by the Chinese? Was it inserted by a foreign government? Was it inserted by, perhaps, the powers that be, that when they found out that their whole Russian nukes in space thing didn't freak everyone out, maybe this shot across the bow can be pinned on somebody? Is it a false flag? That is something I won't rule out at this point. All right, and just to rule out the whole solar storm thing, there are some people out there saying it's a solar storm still, even though it makes no sense anymore. Like I said, so widespread outages, the Earth's position, the sun was shining on Europe, and somehow the EMP knocked out not European towers, but it knocked out Alaska towers on the nighttime side of the planet. That's not how EMP works. That's not how solar storms work. And then in addition to that, why was it just hitting AT&T towers? That's not, I mean, that doesn't happen like that. You don't have towers from one network affected up in Alaska and Texas, and then other networks aren't affected at all. And some people say, well, the down detector. Well, don't listen to the down detector. That isn't real information. There were a whole bunch of people saying that Verizon was down on the down detector, but Verizon said their network was not down and was not impacted. Verizon's telling the truth. Random people on the internet clicking buttons are not telling the truth. People with Verizon were trying to make phone calls to AT&T people, and they weren't getting through, and then they hit the button that Verizon wasn't working. That's what happened. Speaking of the balloon, yes, let's get into the balloon. A U.S. military aircraft intercepted an unidentified balloon over Utah. I believe it was Air Force, but I won't speculate on that. It was over Utah, and then it was over Colorado. It was a 50-foot tall balloon. To put this in perspective, it was 1/64th the size of the balloon that came over last year about this time. And that is concerning that it was last year about this time, right? 1/64th the payload, because 1/64th the volume of the size of the balloon. This year it is 50 foot tall. Last year it was much taller. So Now, they found out that it was at 43 to 45,000 feet, which is out of air traffic area. So, and they found that it couldn't be maneuvered. It had a 2 foot by 2 foot cube underneath of it, or rather, I should say, it does have a 2 foot by 2 foot cube underneath of it, and it is scooting straight eastward over the United States. So, whatever the previous Chinese balloon didn't see, this one apparently will see. It doesn't have solar panels this time. It's just 2 foot by 2 foot cube, but that is definitely enough to scoop up all sorts of information electronic-wise. Probably a repeater, so picking up faint electromagnetic, like cell phones, all that kind of stuff like that, and repeating it, amplifying it, and repeating it up to Chinese satellites. Probably, I speculate, but read between the lines, that's what's happening. China has sent dozens of balloons over Taiwan just since December. There's only one country out there sending up balloons over other countries right now, and it's China. So, yeah, that's probably what's happening right now. And Brandon has decided not to shoot it down, apparently. I guess we're going to wait until it's done its mission before we shoot it down. Anyway, Gene says, Coalport, PA. Stores are receiving out-of-date food and putting on shelves and in the freezers anyway. So be careful. Make sure the stuff that you're buying at the store is not out of date as it is. Now, best by dates, you and I know, are not expiration dates. But the food on the shelf should not be past its best by date if you're paying full price for it, right? If you're at a discount store, if you're at Aldi's or something like that, okay, best by date, fine. But it shouldn't be happening at your grocery store or at a Walmart, okay? So keep an eye on that. This is from another viewer. I heard from the guy who I usually get chicks from today. He's annoyed by the way things will go this year, in that he can't order certain breeds at all. He only can take whatever batches they send him. So that's changing up. So if your store or the places that you're trying to get chicks from are like, this is all we got, and you're like, why'd you order those? They may not have ordered those. They may just had to accept whatever chicks came in. So be aware of that. If you want something specific, you might need to order directly from the hatcheries right now. Get your orders in. They ran out of chicks the last couple of years. Probably going to run out of chicks again this year because people are seeing how expensive eggs are, and it's tipping the balance to them being almost worth having chickens at home now too. Nebraska Prairie Lady Prepper says, my mother's friends who are elderly and on fixed budgets participate in the town's food bank. Last year they received a box of food, but this year they are only being given a plastic bag with very little food. When they question why, they're being told there just isn't enough food to fill a box. We're hearing that at a lot of food banks around the country. There is a desperate need for that. If you can give, please do give. Don't give out-of-date stuff or stuff that is past its best by date, because that stuff has a tendency to end up in the garbage. And if you know it's good, don't donate it where it might end up in the garbage. Donate fresher stuff, and you can use the slightly older stuff, right? This is from Barbara. Regarding wood stoves, insurance issues with wood stoves in the United States, and banned out in Canada in a bunch of places. That's just absolutely insane. Anyway, Barbara says, last year my homeowner insurance company moved out of North Carolina, so I had to find another company. I have a wood stove, but also a traditional electric heat. I've been in this house for 13 years and never had a claim for anything. I called multiple insurance companies and no one would insure because of the wood stove. This is rural, mountainous North Carolina, where most people heat with wood in some form. In any case, a neighbor told me about Farm Bureau, who insured me without issue. So get ready, here it comes. They may not ban you from having a wood stove at home, but they may come after you through your insurance, friends. Pay attention. If you have a good insurance company, you might want to hold on to them with both hands. Make sure you don't miss any payments because they may kick you off for that very reason. Praying Grandpa says, on the drug shortage, my wife is stage 4 cancer. And we get her pain medication from the hospital. It always seems that they have to have a week to get her prescribed medication filled. So even hospitals are having trouble getting medication. And prayers for your wife. Friends, if you have a moment and you're a praying person, please do just spend a moment praying for praying Grandpa's wife. Save Me says, I live in Atlantic. You can just pause it and pray. I live in Atlantic Canada, and our store aisles are definitely being spaced further apart, and many empty spaces are being filled with Hot Wheels and other random items. I personally believe that China has sanctioned North America. Well, we sure seem to be having a whole lot of outages and shortages out there of weird things that all seem to be coming from China. And they're not coming as reliable or dependably as they normally are. And nobody seems to be saying anything about this. So what is going on? I was shocked when I heard about how many of the factories over in China were being shut down and idled. We were hearing about that from the China side where workers were being let go and stuff like that. And these were from things that still needed to be produced, were still going to be purchased by the United States. And they idled these factories. Why did they idle the factories? Because those are the same things we're having shortages of right now. Is it a soft sanction against the United States where they pause production of certain things? We're seeing these shortages rotating, so it seems almost intentional, like they're waging economic warfare on us. Mike says, Steve, I'm an auto mechanic, and it is becoming increasingly difficult to get parts in a timely manner. Cars at my shop are backed up like never before. Tommy Gator says, for the first time ever, my local pharmacy did not have my asthma inhaler in stock and had no expected delivery date. That's just troubling, isn't it? It's like they don't even have it, and then it's like they can't even order it. It may show up at some point, but we can't put an order into the system. It's not like, oh, well, we have that order at another pharmacy, we'll order that and have it shipped over. They just don't have it. Nowhere in their system. I transferred my prescription to Amazon Pharmacy, and it arrived after 5 days from their pharmacy in Phoenix. I live in Miami. Say what you will about Amazon, it does seem to be getting products to people in a timely fashion. And that's more than what we can say for some of these other companies right now. I'm all about, like, let's go local, let's do what we can out there. But when push comes to shove, you need to watch out for your family and for yourselves first, and then worry about your boycotts and all that kind of stuff like that. Especially when it comes to your medications and that are life-threatening and all that kind of stuff like that. Please take care of your families first. Don't worry about the politics. Take care of your families, then worry about the politics if you have the ability to do so. Some of you guys need to just go to Walmart and get the cheapest stuff, whatever, in order to put food on your table, right? And not be like a snob about what's good, what's bad. If you have the ability to choose better, cleaner food, awesome. But if you need to just put food on your table, don't let anyone shame you for that. You know what? People in the United States have a very long life expectancy, and a lot of them are eating this garbage. So it's not optimal, but it's all right. It'll get you through for a time until you can come to a better season where you can make better choices, right? We all wish we were millionaires, right? But if you're a millionaire, then go to Whole Foods, okay? If you're not, like the rest of us, you have to make choices, right? ALS says, hometown pharmacy in West Michigan could not fill or find diabetic shots of Trulicity, I guess, for my refill. This is the first for me. They didn't even tell me until I went to pick it up 5 days after I ordered it. They had to go to the pharmacy, and the pharmacy then told them that they were out. Ouch. As they say, some service, huh? Things are going downhill. I don't know how you can not see that things are going downhill when it comes to service and just the basics. The basic things of civilization are breaking down. Servant of the Lord. You're not going to catch me saying that when you don't even put the vowels in there. Servant of the Lord says, Phoenix, Arizona. At Costco, they are very low in bottled water. Normally, it's stocked super high, but today it was incredibly bare. We're hearing water outages out there. I saw that here in Pittsburgh, too. So Arizona, Pittsburgh, anyone else seeing bottled water disappearing for some reason? Also, there is still no charcoal, and there hasn't been any for at least 5 months there in Arizona. There was no organic milk. Also, they were out of organic strawberries. We were hearing from the organic produce that strawberries were particularly going to be in shortage. My husband says that at Costco today, he noticed that there were a lot of things, even things we don't really buy, that were very bare or very sparse compared to how normally it is there. He asked the cashier if he could please have boxes to carry the items to his truck, and the cashier said, "We have no boxes." I don't know what's going on, but it's been nonstop today. I've never seen it this busy here. So super busy at the Costco too. We've started hearing reports of people saying that they're seeing people stock up. A few things seem to have piqued some people's radars. Non-preparedness folks, and people are starting to prepare a little bit. Omen K says in the UK, Hampshire, less dairy item SKUs, or less products, right, on shelves, and less volume of those products when they rotate the stock. Some cheeses are now going bad days after purchase. Why are we having the same problems in Europe as we are in the United States? Happenstance, friends? Just accidents? Or is it part of something bigger? This is an idea for the New York trucker strike. Logistics packaging such as shipping boxes. A distribution center I used to work for would have to shut down if they didn't get 3 pallets a week of boxes. And 200 people would have been affected. So that's an idea out there. You can shut down factories. It's not just what's going out there, but if you can pinch the supply chain of something like as simple as packaging, you can shut down factories, you can shut down cities like New York City. It's an interesting thought out there. Please do keep those thoughts coming in. A friend in Norway says, in Norway, you have to verify your bank account with your passport. Now, in the United States, you got to show some stuff in order to open a bank account too. Okay, but that's interesting. This is to protect against money laundering. Yep, same here. And this happened 3 years ago. Are you selling your house? You have to answer questions about your political connections. Want to sell your house? You got to tell them what your politics are. What does that have to do with anything? Not a free country anymore. And that's coming from Norway. All right, friends. Thanks so much for watching. If you want to get some more information from Genesis Gold, there's a link right there. If you want to check out another video from the channel, there's one right up there. I'll see you over there, or I'll see you guys later. Steve Poplar of the Poplar Report.